Hello and welcome to the Space Between Ideas. I'm Blank Gates. I'm excited to announce that just as I was starting to give up on the idea of coming up with some methodology to help coaches understand which tool they should use for the job, in yesterday's video, I actually did kind of give up, and I was like, okay, I'll just make the products, and then after people learn the products, then they can figure out how to use them. And then this morning, it was just like an epiphany. I created this new table. So at the bottom here, you can see Tom's book, Create Crucial Insight. Now over here, we have something called one-pagers. Now one-pagers, so in his book, he has basically 10 checklists. You can see the 10 checklists here. So you have one called Styles, another one called Drive, and one called Purposes. But Purposes is kind of difficult to use, and so I just added it to Drive. You have Impact, Assumptions, Teamwork, Inventiveness, and Synergies, Progress, and Resources. And I feel like resources is just a part of progress. So we have 8 checklists. So basically what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be creating, not creating, but his methodology is based on 8 checklists. And then I create these one-pager lessons to amplify specific aspects of those 8 checklists. All right, so as a business coach, then you just need to know who you're talking to and what they need, and then you can select either the checklist in general, or you can go into more of a very specific, more specified type of lesson. All right, so let's focus on exactly how do you make that decision. So in the far left corner, we have individuals and managers. All right, so this is a situation where you're talking to someone who is a manager of people, and we're talking about the results level. So you want to know what is being done, how it's being done, and we are going to talk about the needs for change. All right, so the word affects, it means what are you creating? Like what is the end result? What are the actions? And then what is that going to lead to? What are some future things that we want based on today's actions? All right, so you're either going to talk about styles, which talks about processes, or you're going to be talking about drive. And this is where we talk about performance, we talk about efforts, we talk about success. And purposes is talking about motivation, and that can be connected to these other 2 areas. All right, so when you're working with individuals or you're a manager and you need some tools, how to work with individuals, then you're going to apply one of these tools. I suggest using styles first in general, and then drive, because there is some connection between these 2 areas. Now, I do have other one-pagers, and so I'm going to be making online tools, online courses that are based on each of these main checklists, and also little one-pager lessons that can all be used when working with individuals and managers. Next, we have the analysts and managers. All right, so these are managers and managers of analysts. So this is the decision level when you're making decisions based on projects. All right, so you need to understand the data, you want to analyze the past, you want to make decisions about the future. So agendas, we're talking about forming plans, creating plans. And potential is understanding, like, what do we have? What are these plans made from? Who's in, what teamwork do we have? And like, what kind of motivation do we have? And what kind of resources do we have? And then you need to create these plans. So here, we're going to be talking about impact. What's the context of the decision? What kind of scenarios are we looking at? And what kind of metrics are going to be helping you to make that decision? Also, we're going to be doing some data, trying to create some insights and making assumptions in order that we can create that context and develop those scenarios. Over here, we have managers and decision makers. So this is like the actual deals, like these are bigger deals. Who's in the room? Who's involved in the deal? What are we up against? So that's like, who are the competitors? And it's similar to the decision level, but it's just at a more amplified level, a higher level in the company. So we're going to be looking at teamwork and also inventiveness. And of course, this kind of data is going to help in this level here. Finally, we have the C-level managers who are looking at the overall growth of the company and making progress in the overall business. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.